got some brilliant sun today. Always helps to lift the psyche a little bit. I woke up on a high note this morning. You know, if you were around for my vlog yesterday, you saw the estimate that I went on for that nasty basement. I did the estimate yesterday morning. I wrote up the estimate yesterday afternoon. And then just as I was finishing this vlog last night, I got confirmation from the homeowner that they want to do the job. So I love it when it works out that way. You work hard, you see the results of that work immediately. That's really rewarding. Today I'm going to take you on a little trip into the past, give you a little sense of where I came from and what made me the person I am today. Everybody has their own creation myth, if you will. I'm going to give you a little depth though. Thanks for coming along today. Good. Just got your message. What's going down, mister? Excellent. Good. The chimney got torn down completely. Wow, man. Yeah, I know. I'm just looking at the schedule here too. Yeah. So just a bit of a scramble to get something on the docket for next week then. All right. Good luck over there. About everything. Curry Caputo calling again. Just want to touch base about the quote I sent out last week. See if you had any questions. Curry Caputo calling from Sustainable Structures. Just wanted to follow up on the energy audit report and estimate that I sent out a little while ago. Everything. About everything. And then consider upgrading to Windows 10 and maybe having something to do with it. See ya. Bye. Kind of makes y'all wistful, you know, to look at all the photos. It starts here. My dad, my mom, in Rhode Island there. They met and then shipped out to Maine. I think my dad's always kind of been a bit of a loner, but also a very strong character and highly motivated and driven with an incredible work ethic. They moved to Maine. My father was 19 years old when he built his own log cabin. In the beginning, I don't think that home affairs were extremely joyful. Shortly after my brother was born, here I am. My mother and father separated. There was a long line of women in my father's life that I bonded to briefly in some cases and bonded to long term in other cases. My brother's name is Corey. Imagine Curry and Corey. How's that for a cruel trick played on you by your parents? One of my aunts, 1981. Corey and I lived apart, Corey with my mother, me with my father, but we did get to hang out together because my mother only lived about a half a mile through the woods away. I would say that we were definitely not coddled as children. You know, we were let loose, basically, and told to come back before dark. So there were always parties. But that's my grandfather. There's Corey, there's me. Look. One of my cousins must have come up to Maine to visit. It's Casey. She was grump then, she's grump now. That's my mother. In 1956. At the end of the day, my parents still were separated, and I would always be bobbing back and forth between the two of them. Not sure how we managed with all the odds against us, but we grew up on the edge of being rednecks, basically. My mother moved around a little bit, and when she did, my brother moved with her. I have so many relatives, it's ridiculous. My grandmother and grandfather had 8 kids, 2 boys, 6 girls. So that gives me a lot of aunts and uncles, and by extension, a whole mess of cousins. Teenage years hit and all kinds of stuff started changing. My father had a new wife, so it was kind of like the Brady Bunch scenario. A stepbrother and a stepsister that to this day I'm still really good friends with. But it was hard, you know, to put 2 families together like that. There's my first girlfriend. I suppose I was a bit of an awkward teenager, though I would never let it show. Florida. There's my best friend Troy. He's a great. We've been best friends since 1st grade. And then there was a divorce, and then there was a new wife, and other things caused me to really take a new look at life. She wasn't my stepmom anymore. I spent a lot of time with this lovely lady, camping and hiking and learning and teaching about the outdoors and nature and the wilderness. I really started to connect with my grandfather during this period. And coming from small town Maine to open up to a larger world was a bit of a culture shock. I greeted with open arms and mostly open eyes.
Little girl, always picking a fight with me. You know that I'm bad, but you're spending the night with me.
Trees and wildflowers and herbs and anything that grew green out of the ground. Went away to a hippie college, College of the Atlantic in Bar Harbor, Maine, and did crazy hippie things, you know, and really enjoying them. This is the summer after we graduated. And then love of my life. Adventurous, intelligent, compassionate, lover of nature, and tall. Well, taller than me. Then began a long period of bouncing back and forth between Colorado and Maine. In the woods, on the water, and in the snow. And then 1, 2, 3 kids. I started a business called Sustainable Structures. These are all my cousins. Look at this. Cousin. Do you recognize that cousin? Cousin. Well, that's me. And that cousin, man, he looks almost as much of a hippie as I do. That is the nut of who I am and where I come from. Now, there's probably more questions than answers, really, in all of that, but at least it gives us a starting point. We are scrambling a little bit to try to get some work for next week. The crew has been very efficient and has been getting jobs done ahead of schedule lately. And that has shrunk our schedule a little bit. So we have a week that's vacant coming up Monday. Dang, well, gotta get to work here. Alright, so I have figured out a solution for the lack of work next week. And you know, you just have to make your solution work. That's what I'm deciding here right now. It's 100% possible. It's only 25% probable that this plan is going to work. But it's a plan. So I'm hopeful. Start making the arrangements. I think it's going to start with a 7:30 meeting tomorrow morning to figure out if we can do it. Stay tuned. here. There was a guy here doing work after hours. He's a historic preservation specialist, and he was doing some historic preservation on the place.